start to analyze line angles of natural tools. Then I take the other color and I start to analyze my line angles, detail line angles. I have to change this maybe a little bit. Modify. I will just make it smooth. Okay. So how does it work? Now you start to sign in detail line angle. What I have done, these are my line angles. What I did with build up, let's say, okay, the blue ones. And immediately you can see wrong position.
Let me explain a little bit. هلا هو عمل اللاين انجل تبع السن اللي بالجهه الثانيه اللي هو الستون ماشي، علمه بالاحمر على الجهه على ايش بده يعمل؟ بده يبدا يعدل فيه عشان يوصل لللاين من الجهه الثانيه.
Now what I do, I take again the other color and I correct this wrong position.
هاخذ القلم الاحمر واصلح البوزيشن المكان الغلط.
That means I start to sign in where I want to have this line angle.
هذا بدل انه انا الان بدي اثبت او احدد بالضبط مكان اللاين انجل.
So my job is now bring the blue line to the red line.
بصير شغلي انا انه الخط الازرق اجيبه للخط الاحمر.
How does it work? Take it off and I will grind in a very flat angle like this. Do not grind like this. We grind in a very flat angle.
هبدا اعمل حفر بفلات
ليش من هيك غلط؟ ليش من هيك غلط ومن هون الصح؟
Make like this.
لأنه بتخرب الكونتاكت.
So you will see in a minute why. So I bring blue to red.
Okay.
It's like this. When it's okay, say okay. So now I continue analyze natural tools. Contact point or contact surface, and then when you start to analyze natural tools really good, you will see there is a third line. This one. And that's why you start now to see, because of this surface, I told you 2 minutes ago, do grind like this and not like this. And that's now the question, contact point, second line, like this. And this we need perfectly to copy.
الحفاف حدد الحفاف.
بس شو قصده هو عن
اللاين انجل؟ هلا بده يعدل الزاويه بالنسبه لنقطه التماس. ماشي، حدد نقطه التماس وحدد النقطه اللي عنده هذه كيف بدها تتعدل، وهلا حيطبق الخطين على بعض.
And this line, believe me, many years I never seen. This third line I never have seen. I always did big mistake. You know what was my mistake at that point? You know what I did by grinding? I did this. Because I'm always grinding like this. But my problem I didn't see, I destroy this. I destroy this surface here. And if you destroy this, you lose completely volume of tooth. And that's why this part is most important part of interproximal surface. And this you need nearly learn to see. You need to learn to analyze when you look on natural tools. You will find every natural tooth.
ماشي. هلا ما بين اللاين انجل والكونتاكت بوينت السن مش جاي ستريت، جاي لافف. اللفه هذه فيها خط ثالث ماشي. هو اللي لما قال اعمل اشتغل بالهاند بيس هيك كان قصده انك
ضيعت.
تشيل الزاوية هاي، بعدين تشيل الزاوية هاي بحيث تحافظ على اللفة ما يصير ستريت معك
تمام.
بين اللاين انجل والكونتاكت بوينت.
Why this? Then I go to distal side, and you see again much too big outside, so I make correction. I take again the red color and I say okay, now I start to paint maybe where I want to have it. Then before I grinding I do this, I take my restoration, make like this, and I check if correct position. I can check it. Proof is this distance is same.
Yes.
Because whatever you need to do, you need to check that this distance is absolutely same.
نفس العرض.
Because this distance decide about side of tooth.
Yes.
So again, same chop again, bring blue to red. Very flat angle. Remove blue line. That's it. And tooth already looks smaller. You agree?
Yes.
Just by moving blue to red. It's illusion, correct.
وصلت.
Huh?
تمام. استمر.
And these two lines are really the definition of axis of tooth. And these two lines definition of size of tooth. That more I put them outside, that more big will look tooth. That more I put them inside, that more small look tooth. That's the rule. First rule. Then when we have this done, of course, then I start to also here, sorry. Second line. And then I start to copy paste it again. And I start also to grind this distal part as much perfect I can. When I have done this, then we come to labial surfaces. Then I start to analyze, okay, here I have here this, sorry, labial inclination, and now I can really compare these two teeth about this neck inclination. When I have this, now of course we do what everybody do, technician, we bring in this labial surface and we do this, have a look. Everybody do, every day, hundreds of times, nobody thinks. That's normal. We do this because we need to bring in this. Big problem now. I have this now. Because of grinding like this, I destroy line angles. And that's something what many technicians don't see. They look on this, but they don't know what's wrong. After this step, you have to bring back line angles again on their original position. And that's what many technicians do completely wrong. Because when I do this, completely destroyed. So after this step, I bring the line angles again back to their original position. Like this. And I break this line like this. I work like this. Bring in step by step this whole line angle situation. I give again the original situation which I have given from the beginning. And that's a very important part. Second step, neck area. Then we come to the incisal area. I painting the incisal area, Then I start to look this inclination of this incisal area. I map it to my tooth, and with this view now I can really compare how this incisal area needs to come in. So like this, we have three surfaces. We have neck, we have body, and we have incisal. And now I'm going to do this. And with this view, I can perfectly compare these two surfaces, and I can bring in this now step by step perfect. And I always mark this incisal edge line, and then I can really perfectly do this. Very little, and bring these tools in, and you see now we start to get really this morphology, this anatomy, where the tools really start to go on these tools from this side, and you don't know how to do this, your teeth looks disaster. It looks like very big straight teeth, bulky teeth outside. So it needs to be really controlled good this way. When this is done, shape is controlled. Then I start to shape the lengths of the tooth, and then actually I start to bring in macro texture. The basic macro texture details I start to observe, and if I look on these tools, I have two basic cavities, open like triangles, maybe here in these areas, not more. Of course, I have also, if I look here, I have this horizontal abrasive area lines. Again, like landscape, I start to paint it. Here, here. Always here on the incisal area, these surfaces open a little bit like triangle. So first I bring in this surface, and when this is done, then I start to do something like this. Start to do. Very little. I start to open this step by step with a smooth grinder. I do something like this. This is how it works. How I do this? I work this out very simple with a conus diamond. It's a smooth conus. I bring in this surface texture. First I pass maybe the cavities, and then I start to do this. Here incisal, you start to open them.
Carbide there?
No, this is a diamond, a conus shaped diamond. So I make this now very fast. I don't want. Here also, maybe two cavities, and that's it. Very little. When this is done, polish. Polish whole crown, whole tooth. Take a silicone rubber and start now to polish. Polish all.
Without the pressure.
No pressure. It says, and it's a normal silicone rubber. You don't need a diamond bonded rubber, nothing. Veneering ceramic is very smooth. And then I bring in the micro texture. And the micro texture I do with a very smooth sinter diamond. And I start now to bring in very soft, step by step, and start to bring in my very smooth final surface texture details. Oops. important thing, this area is just polished. I never will touch again. This is really just polished. And then at the end, I will pass with a very sharp carbide grinder. I pass these micro texture details once more. Very little. And that's it. And that's more or less my way of finishing shape, anatomy and surface texture, in a very simple way. When I reach this level, then I do this. Then I take a silver paste, and then I start with silver paste. I start really to make the last step of controlling what I'm doing. I start to shape whole tooth, whole anatomy with the powder. Already polished too much. And like this I start to control imperfection, my anatomy, my texture deepness, my texture behavior, everything I can really perfectly prove now if I agree with my neighbor teeth or if I still wrong. And that's always my way of finishing a tooth perfectly. When I come to this area, then I really can check now all the details once more and have really a perfect control about surface quality, surface texture, surface detail.